From the time I was a little girl, my parents and I have always had late-night chats, and I cherished the opportunity to talk about history, politics, and listen to stories of their past. My favorite were those of my dad's mother, my dadi. After enduring years in a turbulent marriage, my grandmother decided to leave home with few belongings and 2 young children in the middle of the night, moving to a different state with a new language and culture. She took a leap of faith in search of a better life, fearlessly and with confidence in herself. In the true immigrant spirit, she reinvented herself and tried her hand in various ventures. Not 1, not 2, but 7 times, creating 7 businesses from selling cooking gas to starting a small school. Each day, she labored endlessly to learn, adapt, and succeed through sheer grit. She built a better life, educated her sons, and provided for her family's future. Despite facing criticism as a single woman in a patriarchal society, she persisted. From stories of hope and resilience narrated to me by my mom and dad, at a young age I was instilled with a new understanding of change. I learned to embrace it and work to apply the knowledge they imparted to me when faced with new situations and unforeseen changes. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Anjali, or Anjali, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And before I continue, I want to preface my speech with 2 facts about me. Firstly, I'm a planner. I'm someone who doesn't usually like surprises, and I usually like to know the outcomes of things before they happen. The second fact is that most of these plans have never actually worked out. Now today I stand in front of you having lived 18 years of ups and downs, and through it all, I'm actually most thankful for each unsuccessful plan and unpredictable change, as they have taught me the beauty and volatility, the spirit of reinvention, and most importantly, the gift of change. Throughout my life, I've been raised to see each adversity as a chance to start over. And through my experiences, I've seen that sometimes the greatest leaps of faith or twists in fate can lead to an opportunity to reinvent yourself. This knowledge especially resonated with me when I was in grade 5. I was born in the bustling city of Mumbai, India, and moved to Canada with my parents when I was 2.5. Since then, Canada has always been my only home. I've lived in Oakville for as long as I could remember, and attended the same school since I was 4 years old. I was comfortable in our 2 quiet neighborhood, as my mom likes to call it. I was happy seeing the same faces each day and felt safe in the confines of my pink and dill pickle green room. It was home. It always has been. That was not until I was sat down by my parents one afternoon in 2011 and was told the 5 words that would change my life. We are moving to London. In the first moments as red lights flashed chaotically in my 10-year-old brain, I struggled to grasp the significance of what I had just heard. And I responded with my own 7 words. Are you trying to ruin my life? What I come to realize now is that I was never afraid of England. I was never afraid of moving 5,500 kilometers away. What I was scared of was finding out that I wouldn't be able to function in an environment I didn't know. I was scared to find out that I wasn't all that confident if I wasn't surrounded by my friends. I'm sure at one point in your life, most of you have felt this way, whether it be moving to a different school, moving to a new country, or even going to university next year. In my case, I had no faith in my abilities to adapt to change. When I finally moved the following school year, I let this mindset take over, allowing myself to indulge in self-pity. It wasn't until I remembered the stories I had been told, and I realized just how foolish I was being. I was living in one of the most beautiful cities that brimmed with art, history, and culture, and here I was spending more time blaming my parents than making an effort to embrace this new opportunity. I never let myself try to make friends or try to seek out new experiences because I was so concerned with being rejected or failing. When I finally learned to look past these insecurities and take a leap of faith, I created 2 of the best years of my life. When I returned to Canada in grade 8, I came back with a new perspective of myself and the world. It took stepping out of my regular life to truly understand what I valued and to reevaluate my priorities. I came back with a better sense of self, one that didn't rely on the stability of Oakville or the assurance of a plan. I had successfully gone through a major change. I felt invincible. Little did I know, however, that moving homes would not be the biggest change for me, because in grade 10, I lost one. In 2011, my family purchased a new house, which we planned to rebuild the following year. To my sister and I, this house represented a bigger bedroom and a shorter walk to friend's house. But to my parents, it was everything they worked tirelessly to earn for their family. When we first moved to Canada, my dad was a student at Western Ivy and worked to study and find jobs. And my mom, while being pregnant with my sister, practically raised me on her own while my dad worked long hours, walking me to school each day and ensuring that I was supported in every way possible. This house represented humble roots and hard work. Now, after the move to London and a couple other bumps along the way, it was finally ready to be moved into in 2016. With the countdown at only 2 weeks, my family and I moved everything we owned into the house in preparation. I could hardly wait to make it a home. However, on November 13th, 2016, I was abruptly woken at 2:30 a.m. by my mom, who burst into my room with tears running down her face. Between irregular breaths, she muttered, "It's gone." Our house was gone. In under 6 minutes, a blaze of fire took it, along with everything my family has ever owned. Hard drives of home videos, yearbooks, and wedding photos, things that could never be replaced. In a whirlwind of investigations, meeting with lawyers, and hours of phone calls to our insurance company, I remained in denial, refusing to visit the site even a month after the fire. I thought I knew what change was, and I thought I knew how to overcome it. But this felt like a restart button had been set on my life. It may seem materialistic, but these things were memories to me. And the worst feelings were in the small things. When I'd wake up and didn't see the Disney princess alarm I'd woken up to my whole life. When I realized that my mom's collection of clothes from the 80s that she'd saved for me was gone. When I found out my dad's library of books from age 12 had disappeared. Over the next month, my family and I slept on mattresses on the floor and ate dinner on outdoor foldable chairs. Yet, it didn't feel as though I had actually lost a piece of myself. I soon realized in that short period that those mattresses and those chairs became tied to memories too. Those things could actually be replaced. What I grew more thankful for than ever was that I had not lost my family of 4, the people who made those things come to life, the individuals that made the memories. Throughout that period, my parents told me words that will stay with me forever. Sometimes, stuff happens that's out of your control. That's life, and you'll have to move on and learn from it. Count your blessings, and you'll see that things aren't always that bad. It is because of that experience that I truly understand the volatility of life and the impermanence of things. I came out of that experience a little bit stronger, and with a literal blank slate to start off from. In a sense, losing everything made me see all that I truly had, and I used it to both literally and metaphorically start again. Change my mindset, reevaluate my priorities, and grow. And that's the beauty of change. That's the spirit of reinvention. And today I'm telling you these stories I'm telling you these stories to give you some perspective for even the smaller things in life. After these experiences, I've learned that change is not all that daunting. All it takes is a leap and trust in yourself to make it work. And even if those changes aren't up to you, what is how you grow from them. So don't try and stick with the perfect life plan. because you'll miss all the twists and turns along the way. So take that course you think you may fail and work a little harder. Apply to that school you don't think you'll get into and try your very best. Show up to that tryout, make those new friends, and start that initiative. Embrace change even if it seems hard, and know that only those who jump can truly fly. Now will you please join me in singing hymn 662?